Y'all, this is a case where justice is not being served, and it's not okay, and I could not believe it when I read this. So a 22-year-old Alabama man was convicted of killing a very well-known 23-year-old barrel racer and horse breeder. But guess what? The suspect is not going to jail despite the fact that he literally admitted to killing the other man. So this is the story of when the death occurred, or the killing occurred, I should say. So on March 21st of 2021, Corey Duran and Colton Farley were both with a group of people, and they were kind of going bar hopping that night. Corey is the killer, and Colton is the victim, who is actually pictured here. A fight reportedly broke out that night at around 12:30 a.m., and at some point during the chaos, Corey sucker punched Colton right in the head. It was said that Colton was leaving a bar called the Dark Horse Saloon when he was knocked to the ground by somebody who is allegedly related to Corey. It was said that the two of them knew each other, and the incident seemed to have ended without any more violence. That is, until Corey came running out of the bar and sucker punched Colton right in the face. Reportedly, after the punch, Colton went down and hit his head hard on the pavement, and that knocked him unconscious for a brief period of time. Officers with the Anniston Police Department and emergency medical personnel were called to the scene, but at the time, Colton refused additional medical treatment at a local hospital. I don't know why. I don't know if he felt like he was okay or if he didn't want to seem like a wuss. I don't know, but that's really neither here nor there. So instead, Colton went back to a friend's house with several other people. And the next morning, his friends found him unconscious on the floor of the home, and they weren't able to wake him up at all. So he was then taken to a local hospital, but due to his condition being so severe, they had to airlift him to the University of Alabama in Birmingham. He was then rushed into emergency surgery where doctors tried to relieve the pressure that was on his brain. But unfortunately, he died from his injuries 5 days later. Shortly after Colton died, the Anniston police chief spoke to news outlets and said there were words that were exchanged that night, and that all of the people involved were loosely associated with each other and that they did know each other. So there was a civil lawsuit that was filed right after Colton's death. And it was said in that lawsuit that Corey was known to have a reputation of drinking and fighting. So that's the story of Colton's death. Now, fast forward a few years later when it's time for justice to be served, or should be served, this week. On Monday of this week, Calhoun County Judge Timothy Burgess ordered Corey to serve a suspended sentence of 10 years for Colton's death. And he will have to serve 5 years of probation starting immediately. If he violates his probation, he may have to serve all or some of his suspended sentence. He was also ordered to not consume alcohol for 6 months. That's it. Probation and no drinking for 6 months, even though his actions literally took the life of someone. Now keep in mind, Corey, who was 19 at the time of the incident, previously pleaded guilty to 1 count of reckless manslaughter in connection to Colton's death. But I don't guess that had any weight. The fact that he literally admitted to doing this. This is in no way justice. This is just saying you can kill someone and then just get a slap on the wrist. Shame on you, Judge Timothy Burgess. You really should be ashamed. My heart and prayers definitely go out to Colton's family, especially now. I can't imagine how this must feel to know that that was all Corey was given. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Is this fair? Was justice served? Let me know. And for more true crime, don't forget to give me a follow.